Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So you might remember in the last video, the is the Hellcat or is the Scat Pack of better value than the Hellcat? Anyway, I mentioned that one of the reasons I made that video is because at this point I kind of have spent at least what's on the car itself. I have spent about the exact same price a Hellcat costs, and I feel I have a better car than a Hellcat, not a Red Eye. Red Eye bumps up the price and changes the dynamics a little bit, but compared to a Hellcat, it's the same price. I have in a way some more features, some less features, but the whole point is that I spent the same price. So I know there's a lot of controversy with that video, but the whole point is that you can upgrade a Scat Pack to be far beyond what a Hellcat is for even less money than, or the same money that it would take for a Hellcat. So if you want to build a really fast car, you don't need to start with a Hellcat. Absolutely not. And anyone that says you do, they're wrong, because you don't have to. And it's not even more cost effective if you do. It depends on how high you want to build the car. In my case, like I discussed, the 850 about that this baby's making right now is you know, it's not all that impressive, just a tiny bit more than a Demon, but 850 horsepower isn't really all that much. I mean, you can just go buy a Red Eye and have a factory warranty with all that. In addition, one of the things to keep in mind is for just 850 horsepower, you do not need a fully built 426. You don't need ported heads and cam and this crazy triple pump fuel system I have in here. You don't need all that stuff for 850 horsepower. You could get away with a lot less. But my goal was never 850 horsepower. I just made the video to kind of show what the car is right now and kind of the relative value of a Hellcat at the same cost level right now. But as you know, the car's never done, and it's about to be a lot more powerful. So let's see what I got on the order here. Just ordered this stuff from Pites Performance, and I'm going to go over with what I ordered and kind of what it is, and we'll hopefully get some thoughts from everybody. So the big daddy is the F1A94 Procharger. And when I first got my Procharger, when I first supercharged this car, my only goal was just to be like around Hellcat power, so I wasn't going like crazy. I did go with the D1 SE. I think the P1 SE is the standard, which is rated slightly less, so I went with the D1 SE from who was it? Sirius HP at the time. And as you can see, the D1 SE is rated at a maximum of 925 horsepower, which with this car and this big motor and the air it breathes, it's really, this supercharger is really struggling to even make the 850 horsepower, which is why Pites backed it off and just kept it about right there instead of turning it up or anything. And the transmission, of course. But in addition to this F1A94 supercharger that I'm going to show you the specs on it in a moment, I'm also getting I'm going to have the Hellcat transmission installed. So D1 so F1A94 Procharger head unit, Hellcat transmission, injector dynamics 1700cc fuel injectors, and those are ID1700X. And then an innovative ethanol content monitor. And I'm going to be running the car on E85 from time to time, and I do want to be able to monitor the ethanol content. I've heard way too many horror stories of people getting some bad ethanol and trying to run a tune on it and destroying their motors. And since this isn't going to be a flex fuel, I need to know how much ethanol is in my tank before I run an ethanol map. And a lot of people don't do that, but that's what I'm going to be doing, because that just seems crazy to not. So you see that these are just the parts. One part that's not on here that's going to be installed is the transmission, which was $5,200 shipped. So the subtotal on this stuff, which is just the Procharger, the injectors, the ethanol content, and then the shipping for them, that was a grand total of $6,506.68. So about $6,500 right here, and then another $5 for the transmission, and then getting it all installed. So we're probably looking at another $12,000, $13,000 maybe. because the install on this stuff shouldn't be like super high, because none of it's like complicated, none of it's like hard parts. But the big thing is going to be the comparison of the D1 SC Procharger to the F1A 94. So you can see 925 horsepower versus 1300 horsepower. So the F1A 94 is going to be able to produce a lot more power. I'm really shooting for at least 1,000. I want to maybe go a little bit above 1,000 wheel on ethanol. I don't really know. I just want a lot of power. Like, it's kind of strange because like a lot of people attack me on the times. I'm not really a big like time person where like, oh, I'm gonna run and like gut the car and like run this really fast time. I like the times being like in street trim. I like the car running heavy on street tires and running a quick time. That's what's impressive to me, and that's kind of what I like. So like the 11.1 pass, that was starting in second gear. That was like, you know, that wasn't indicative of the best pass the car can make, but that's fine. Because honestly, the car, I kind of built it just to run like mid to low tens and to do roll races, and just to be a really powerful car that I can run fast with, you know, with people in it, with weight, just a nice, powerful, reliable, safe daily driver. If I wanted to go for like record-setting times, I wouldn't have started with such a heavy car. Like, this car is fully loaded. It's got adaptive cruise. It's got all the junk on it, leather, beats. A car that was lighter would be a much better platform to start with. So it's not about glory times always. I know a lot of people understand that, but just know that not everybody is just like is all about running the best time and comparing it with other people. I just like having a fast car, and for someone to beat me, I like to get beat. Same race, same track, same street, racing side by side and getting beat. Not comparing times and saying my car is faster. So that's just something that I don't like to do. I know a lot of people do, but just to know, I don't go out to run glory times. So if you want to compare times and power and say my car is slow, you know what how much power the car has. You know what these cars run with different power levels, so you can draw whatever conclusion you want. Like, maybe I'm lying about the power it has. Anyway, that was just kind of one of the funny comments that I heard a lot of, that my car really doesn't have that much power and it's slow. And anyone who's seen the video of me actually making that pass and the car racing knows that that was a very easy time for the car to run. And I was happy with the time. So even if everybody else isn't, I'm happy with the time. If you can just pull up a big boat like this on your all-season tires, pull it right off the street and onto the track and run on a low 11-second pass with all your crap in the trunk and everything, that's my goal. That is, to me, impressive. Gutting it, putting some tires on it, and then running like a mid-10, it's the same car. It's capable of the same thing. So I don't know, that's just my thoughts on that. I know everybody doesn't have to agree, but we can agree to disagree. But I just wanted to show that stuff that's coming up on the car, and just because I know everybody would miss it, we're gonna go ahead and give you a cold start and let me know what you guys think on the mods. F1A 94, it's about to be a beast. If it's not the most powerful Scat Pack, I'll put some more mods on it to make sure it does become the most powerful Scat Pack, or I'll tune it a little bit hotter. So if anyone knows who has the most powerful Scat Pack, let me know so I can make an extra horsepower than that guy, and then we can start the war. Let me give you a cold start. Still sounds glorious. So that's why I'm not like taking this thing out and racing it or anything, because I still have the HP70 transmission and I don't want to break it. I've been doing good at selling my old stuff as needed, and right now this still has a good transmission in it and I don't really want to ruin it, so I'm not like driving it crazy and putting it through its paces or anything. Same thing with the blower. That blower is being pushed pretty hard at this power level. The new blower will be a lot better. That's the blower the car really I should have started with. So you see, like, I'm wasting money on injectors, wasting money on blower. but that's the way it goes when you mod. I thought the 1000cc injectors that it has now would have been plenty, but it's not. So yeah, you're about to be looking at a very, very powerful car in a few weeks. So that's going to be it for now. I just wanted to share that quick video, just show updates on what's going on with the car and why I'm not out racing it right now. So that is what it is. In a couple weeks we'll get this install started, and it's going to be quite impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing what comments everybody says, and especially all the negative comments. I love those. Peace. Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.